Good, good. You?
Feeling good?
Yeah.
I'm excited, brother.
Thank you.
Dude, I'm so happy for you, man. You're pumped? Nervous?
Nervous,
Shaky?
pumped, you name it. It's like birthday.
To Eddie, actually, who's going to share his testimony, and then Anthony is going to baptize him, and then we are going to celebrate together and worship and song. Eddie.
Hello. Sorry for my English, not very good looking, so bear with me. All right, so I guess you can say Christ was in my life. It was always in my life. Problem was he was not in me. As many other people, I was baptized at a young age and grew up in a Catholic church. When I became a young adult, I was not given the option to stay home or go to college. My only option was to become a man, work hard, and one day become a family man and head of household. Once the accomplishments were appearing one after the other, I became an idol of myself. However, God was working his mysterious ways with me little by little. He put in my path some wonderful people that were already living the life I was missing out of. I'm not talking about money, fancy things, etc. I mean, I was missing out on living my life without fear, peace, and trust. From the time John West, which happened to be joining us live via FaceTime, a member of CMA, which is the Christian Motorcycle Association, always invited me to church, to his home, and to his events. Although I turned him down multiple times, he never gave up. He actually married me and my wife. When I moved to Arizona and met the Nathaniels, God showed me through them the reflection of what a gracious and loving individual we could be to our kids and spouses look like. But I still was taking credit for everything. This is longer than I thought. I found myself in the past 20 years going through some rough times, bad decision making, and situations in which I didn't think I could get out of. From the time I chose to move across country or be unemployed, to where cancer came in my family trying to take over, to the time when we had to make irrational decisions for the good of our kids on a small time frame. Only those times I found myself asking him, help me please. Please, but when I didn't get any response, I found myself asking him, okay, got it. I give up, I surrender, and let your will take over. If it's meant to be, it will happen because of you. All those times, he never abandoned me, he never failed to be there with me, he never left me alone. However, at the end of the day, the idol of myself will come back and say, good job, Eddie, you deserve it. It wasn't until Jesus put in my path the Alvarado family. Anthony, right hand man, remind me a lot of a younger version of John West. Just after a few weeks of meeting him and getting to know a little bit about me, he didn't hesitate to ask me if I wanted to join his group. Of course, I turned him down out of fear of trust. But he didn't give up. Throughout the months of living next to each other, Jesus showed me through them the real definition of love thy neighbor. I realized this was God showing his grace, and that his death on the cross was not only to take away my sins, but to bring me closer to him. On my second visit to Valley Life, then when Trey's son was baptized, we started singing the song, I'm no longer a slave to fear. I started to have lots of thoughts going through my mind. Got all emotional and had to walk away. I went through the bathroom to avoid people seeing me, and shortly after, Anthony came and asked me if I was okay. I couldn't explain to him what was going on, but I felt so overwhelmed with emotions. He asked if I'd mind him praying for me, and so he began to pray. That moment right there was when I felt the Holy Spirit take over. And only one thing stopping me from committing to Jesus all along was fear itself. Fear of trusting him, fear of loving him more than anything else, fear of the gospel. From that point forward, my life has changed so much. God's teaching me how to be a better husband, father, and loving neighbor. Now that I'm learning to put him first as married, Martha's sister did in Luke 10:38-41. I'm no longer a slave to fear. You know why? Because I'm a child of God. Yeah.
I baptize you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
I feel at peace. I feel like I can't even explain. I feel happy, relief. I mean, I've seen the transition that I came from and where I'm going to. I mean, I see my future clear. Let's just put it that way. It's no longer, you know, fog like back home in Florida. So it's clear. I mean, as clear as the sky right now. And I thank Jesus, obviously, for not giving up on me, because only He will know what I would be right now if it wasn't for Him.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks, Eddie.
See you again. That all you.
Yeah, he's buried and raised back up.